shows us that even though all men are created equal, not all men are equipped equally. What I said? That all mankind are created equal, but we're not all equipped equally. Are you with me? And notice that he leaves no explanation or rules, but he does have an expectation. So he expected them to be creative in how they invested his money. And there are four things that I'm going to look at with you this morning so we can get through this sermon together. Are you ready for those four principles I'm going to show you about audacious living? You ready? Four indispensable truths of audacious living. Number one, oh my God, that graphic looks good. Number one is what I call the blessing of capacity. Somebody said it with me. The blessing of what? Capacity. The blessing of capacity. Notice in the text, he says, he gave to each one of them according to their ability or capacity. What does that mean? Here's what I want you to write down real quickly in the truth. God's gift of distinct, come on, go with me. God's gift of what? Distinct, manifestation of his uncontested sovereignty. God has not blessed all of us with the same capacity. He gave according to what? To their what? To their ability. Now, something piqued my attention as I was preparing this sermon, because you guys know I like to go a little deeper to understand, when the Bible says something, to go a little deeper and figure out why would God say it that way. So where does this capacity come from? It comes from the brain, right? Now, the human brain is an intricate organ. It's approximately 3 pounds and contains, catch this, 1 billion neutrons and 100 billion neutrons and 100 billion connections. Your brain is the command central of all you think, feel, and do. Are you guys with me? Have you guys ever heard the theory left brain versus right brain? Meaning that one side of your brain is more dominant. Some of us are mostly analytical and methodical in our thinking. Some of us are more artistic and creative. And that's why when someone is not like you, don't judge them. I want to teach here for a few minutes. So this theory of the right brain versus the left brain is based on the fact that the brain has 2 hemispheres differently. And this theory came to light in the 1960s by the research of psychobiologist and Nobel Prize winner Roger Sperry, who talked about the difference between the left brain and the right brain. Are you guys ready? According to Sperry's research, here's what it shows. It shows that people in the left brain are more logical, sequencing, linear thinking. They're good with math. They're good with facts, and they think in words. That's the left brain people. So when you come to them, you better come with facts. Don't come with just an idea. You with me? Right brain people, they are more imagination, holistic thinking. They are more artistic. They have rhythm. So if you can't dance, it's probably just a brain issue. They're able to visualize. They're able to daydream. So your right brain people are like your motivational speakers, your artists, people who can create something. They can look at something, they can bring it to life. Your left brain people are more like your lawyers and your accountants and your engineers, because they think strategically. What does that have to do with the sermon? He says he gave them according to their capacity. And you see how God is creative? That he creates different people to function differently because we all need each other. The scientist needs the artist. The scientist will sit there and measure all day, but they can't bring anything to life. The artist can sit there and dream all day, but they can't measure anything. They might crash everything. And And this is the blessing of capacity. That God has given you an ability to do things that other people can't do. And that's why when you are a copycat, you are insulting God's intelligence. Can I teach here? To copy other people and to not be original is an insult to what God made you to be. He gave them the talents or the money according to their capacity. Not everyone can handle the same degree of influence and affluence. I said two things here, what? Influence and... You should use your capacity to its greatest maximization and not hate someone else who has a little bit more than you and become salty. Are we good this morning? So as we talk about living audaciously, you have to be aware of how God created you. And you need to maximize that because he expects you to maximize how he has created you. Are we good? So when God blesses you with the ability to think big, think big. Don't apologize for thinking big. Don't apologize for dreaming big. Don't apologize for being bold. Don't apologize for taking risks. That's how God created you. He gave them the talents according to their, what? Their capacity is a blessing. There are things that God hasn't gifted you to do. It's a blessing to you and to other people. The gift of limitations is so powerful that people don't understand it. There are things that God limits you from doing so you don't burn yourself out and wear yourself out. There are high capacity people. People can manage several different things at the same time. And there are people, they can't manage more than one task at a time. And it's okay. That's why people who are able to manage multiple things, God gives them multiple things to oversee. Now with time, you can increase your capacity by asking God to show you what else he wants you to do. Are we good so far? So the first thing that you need to understand to live audaciously is what? Is your... Y'all don't even have the capacity to answer. It's your... There should be full capacity in answering what I just said. The first blessing of living audaciously is what?